Secret Architecture of Our Nation's Capital by David Oveson. This is like a 400-page book, and it's all about how the Masons built Washington with certain alignments and all that kind of stuff. But it actually went into specifically a kind of astrology I had never studied before, which is fixed star astrology. Now it says that this guy Lalande, a very important figure in the construction of Washington, D.C., it says his interest in the star Sirius was personal because he would have known that in the horoscope for his own birth, the Sun and Mercury had bracketed this powerful star. So it's like, wait a second, you can look at Sirius. You can, like, seriously, you can look at that as a star. And apparently, fixed star astrology is a thing. And I just looked up some of my stuff, and I want to share a little bit with y'all on how to look it up yourselves. So what you need to know right here is your ascendant or rising sign, your moon sign, your sun sign, and or your 10th house cusp sign, and the ascendant ruler. So of course I know all that stuff, but y'all can look into that on your own. Um, so of course I looked up my chart using this kind of fixed star system. February 10th, 1987, 8:08, El Paso, Texas, and that's my chart normally. These are the degrees. So my sun was in 21 degrees Aquarius, moon is in 15 degrees Cancer, etc. So that's how you know your positions. And now it shows the 15 brightest major fixed stars. So Sirius is right here in 13 degrees 54 minutes Cancer. So since that's in a 2-degree orb, mine's 15 degrees, I have moon conjunct Sirius. And that's awesome. So apparently I also have moon Sirius in my birth chart. If you look at the rest of these, like Deneb Al-Jadi or Al-Gadai, I don't know how you pronounce it, that's 23 degrees Aquarius, which is 2 degrees from my 21 degrees sun. So I have 2 conjunctions so far um, with these, fixed stars. Um, so anyway, once you look into that kind of stuff, you will see some readings about it. Not too much though, but it's interesting in general. It says the star Sirius is your protector and makes leaders and inspirational figures. It can give great profit and reputation, high achievements and fame, but also spiritual strengths. It's one of the best stars. A lot is given to these people as talents, but a lot is also expected. If they become selfish in their pursuits, great fall from grace follows. And I totally feel that way. I've been spoiled by God, and it's because He wants me to study more than most people can. So I do. I try and live up to these expectations. It says promises honor and renown, but does enhance impatience and a competitive energy when afflicted. Sirius can indicate dangerous attack behavior in dogs, or dangerous attack mode behavior in dogs. Also dangerous from other beasts and injury from blades and power tools. I've actually cut my fingers um, a lot more than I should have in my days, like on accident. Okay, these are more of the fixed stars. You can take a look at them. I think, no, that's the original 15. And this is how I'm used to looking at my birth chart using astrotheme.com. This doesn't have the stars in there, but once again, if you know your stars, you can just look it up. I'll go into some of the websites you can use. This one's one of the best, Alice Sparkly Cat. If you have something with Sirius, says a lot of her clients have personal aspects with Sirius. It has a kind of lone wolf complex. That's total me, especially with hard aspects with the moon. And my moon is conjuncting Sirius, the dog star Sirius, what we've been talking about spiritually for a long time and hidden in all the hieroglyphs. It's very much known. Egypt knew about the dog star Sirius. It creates a sense of cultural alienation. They feel like they're the dark sheep in the family. Yep. Some of them are first generation immigrants and are estranged from families or exist as outliers in some way. Like right now, I don't have a single family member who lives in my city. I mean, they live in the same state, but I don't live in the same city as any of my family. They're often too queer for the straights and not queer enough somehow for the queers. Too American for the family and too other for their chosen family. And that's so me because I like gun rights and all that, but I'm not like a a Republican voting, you know, redneck or whatever the cliche is. Like, not at all. Doesn't mean I still can't believe in the Constitution. Um, anyway, Sirius people often fit in neither with their biological family nor their chosen family, and they play the role of the dark sheep or lone wolf in both social spaces. And anyone who knows me personally can attest to that. However, Sirius isn't really about perpetual alienation. They aren't fated to always feel alienated. Rather, they simply like to orbit itself because it is an anacrostic star. Okay, just like the USA is July 4th. So we have fabricated memories. That's what they say some of the archetype is. We feel alienated from other countries, so you can look at it that way. Let's see. Excuse me. Y'all can read more about that. Okay, yeah, that's good. Still going. I got some more interesting stuff, y'all. Trust me, trust me, trust me. Okay, when Sun or Moon is conjuncting or squaring Sirius. I hate this freaking computer, this mouse. Mainly. Oh my god, see. People with the moon in hard aspect to Sirius often experience double foreignness. They feel that they don't fit into narratives around what foreignness means. They find it hard to find home with other foreigners. However, Moon Sirius people are able to turn representations of their own foreignness into commodities and are able to perform many different types of foreignness. Um, and they feel these performances fill a need. And that's totally me. Like I'll introduce white culture to gangster rap mixtapes, and I'll introduce them to all this Jesus stuff I'm preaching if they're not into that yet. And I'll combine Jewish with Greek. You know, I don't know. It's just there's no limits. We're all mutts. Okay, blah blah blah. Let me go more into how y'all can look into your own thing, because these are just my boring readings. Um, yeah, ambition, pride, emotionality, fame, leadership, wealth, fires, drought, danger with impetuosity. Impetuosity. Sirius was worshipped in many cultures. Its heliacal rising signaled the peak of summer. And we see him in the Egyptian calendar, of course. Okay. Here's some others that I have. Jupiter conjunct Markov in Pisces. Trouble and loss through legal matters. That sucks. Hope that doesn't happen soon. Yeah, you can look up more of that. And this is a cool website. It shows where the stars are in the year 2000. So you can just look at that and then do a calculation here. If you're born 1987, you just do 2000 minus 1987 and then get whatever, and then multiply that by 0.83 or whatever. But let me just show you a website you can use, or an app you can use on the iPhone, so you don't have to do calculations if you don't want. It's this cool app called Time Nomad right here. It's really awesome, dude. And to get these cooler features, it's like $3 or $4 or something. But here's the birth chart again, February 10th, 87, 8:08 a.m. El Paso. But it also has the stars. Cool. So it has the signs, the planets, and the stars if they're conjuncting the planets. So that's the Deneb star almost conjuncting my Aquarius. This is only within an orb of 2 degrees. So since it's like right over 2 degrees, it's not yellow and conjuncting. But this Sirius conjunct my moon is within 2 degrees. So, and that as well as the IC right here is conjuncting. My Pluto's almost conjuncting Alpif. I can't read it. I made the font too small. But anyway, y'all can just download this site. It'll have your natal chart, all that, transits, progressive chart. You got to pay for all those other ones. I just wanted the fixed stars right here. So that's your normal chart. And this actually is, if you click the fixed stars, it'll show where the stars were at your birthday. So 15 degrees Cancer, conjuncting Moon in Sirius. And then my IC is conjuncting Capella, and my Moon is also opposite Vega. So I mean, if there's books on these, those are more transits to read. and then you just click on the stars, and it'll show you where all the stars were during your time of birth if you scroll down. And here's the settings. You know, you can change all that kind of stuff. You can change the orbs too if you'd like. And then, of course, it has today's chart, transits chart, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the main takeaway is like, dude, we don't have just planets to look at. We have actual stars we can look at in our birth charts. And this is fixed star astrology, and it's very interesting. Um, and, you know, just another way to help find ourselves, you know. It's just our culture is lacking so much identity because we're taught to worship other people instead of, I don't know, you know, they say they want us to, you know, be ourselves and stand out for yourselves, but not in the ways they really want. They want you to be proud about your skin or your sex or your religion, you know. I am proud about my religion, but that doesn't mean I'm going to flaunt it. My religion isn't for everyone. And, you know, I don't think everyone should be for everyone. Our differences are what make us awesome. So if we're all the same and if we're all different, quote unquote, in the same ways, then we're not actually different. Anyway, I'm done rambling. Fixed Star Astrology. Get this cool app. What is it called? Time Nomad. Yeah, good stuff. So you can read all those yourselves and Google some more stuff later.